It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Hello again, everybody. I'm Ernie Johnson. Welcome to 2K Sports. We're already getting the feel for this new NBA season. Taking it all in with me, Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. The fans are filling the seats in Orlando, the site of our broadcast, and where the Magic will be going up against the New York Knicks. Checking out New York. This is a team they played pretty well against last season, going 3-1. They'll look to keep that edge tonight. And here we are, start of a new season. So much drama coming out of the gate.
Drama for your mama.
Shaq, for the teams that are underperforming thus far, what can they do to try and right the ship?
Look, Ernie, it's early, so don't overreact. You can mix up the rotations a little bit. Don't be scared, Coach. Do what you got to do.
Well, first, you got to keep believing in yourself. But I love these player-only meetings.
Oh, I'll bet you.
I did, man.
Really? You liked them?
Oh, because I used to – that's the only time I could really look in your face in front of the other 11 guys and tell you how I really feel about you.
Like, Akeem, you're killing us.
No, that never was said. It was more like, see, we should only give it to Akeem because he's the only one not killing us.
Oh.
Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
We are live from Amway Center for an Eastern Conference contest with the Magic in Orlando. This is Kevin Harlan, and by my side are analysts Greg Anthony and Doris Burke. From the sideline, we'll have the Hall of Famer David Aldridge. We'll be hearing from him in just a bit. Only one game away from New York here. The Knicks will be back home for the next one. They're still looking to settle into the new season, working on improving their record with each opportunity to try to pick up some wins.
And you wondered coming into the season if this team might have some issues, and that's been the case here thus far. We'll see if they can address those issues. It's a long season and find a way to turn it around.
And before we get underway here, let's check over with David Aldridge, who was able to talk with head coach Jeff Hornacek.
Well, guys, he told me they're up against a team that really finishes strong at the rim, and he wanted to get that point across to his players. He wants them to protect the rim with every bit of energy they've got throughout this entire contest. Let's see if they're up to it, Kevin.
Thank you, David. Maybe too soon to start talking about this, Doris, but we see some young teams getting blown out. Clearly, they're in rebuild mode. At what point do you start to focus on player development versus winning games?
You know, this is such a tough organizational issue because you have to balance the priority of giving your young talent an opportunity to get the repetition necessary in a playing environment in a competitive situation versus we owe a commitment to our fans to win and win at a high level because they're paying the ticket prices and ultimately, you know, playing a part in our success. So I think some of this has to be, where are we at the midway point? Are we legitimately in playoff contention, or is it time to now focus on our player development? This is an organizational decision that has to happen organically over 82 games.
And you know what losing does to a culture. It can disintegrate a culture.
No, it's a great point. You do not want young players to get comfortable with losing. You are so right about that, Kevin.
All fueled up and ready to go. Brought to you by Gatorade. Let's check out who's on the floor. On the court for the Knicks, Enes Kanter is out there with Kyle O'Quinn. Then there's Hardaway. Then it's Jarrett Jack. And it's Lee in at the 2 spot. And so it's the Knicks getting on the board first. Payton kicks to Simmons. The feed now to Vucevic. And sticking right with it, gets the foul with the bucket, and he'll go to the line.
What a play there, the hoop plus the harm. And you look at the post-up bangers who don't block shots at a high level. More and more we're seeing teams relegate them to that 6-man role off the bench. It'll be interesting to see how that affects a guy like Vucevic who fits that description.
free throw drops for Vucevic. Greg, why is it, do you think, that teams want those more floor-bound, post-up big men like Vucevic coming off the bench?
I think two things. First of all, their defensive shortcomings are less exposed playing against other reserves. Also, their ability to create offense on the block has more value with that second unit because that group tends to have their struggles in terms of scoring the basketball.
One shot.
That free throw good from Hardaway.
And Tim Hardaway Jr., the son of a former all-star point guard. Jr. not maybe the same ball handler his father was, but he can sure fill it up. And I really feel like he's established his niche in the NBA.
And it's Gordon missing. For New York, they've gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game. Lee with the ball. Now guarded by Simmons. And the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by Payton.
Man, you love the effort. Just getting the hand in there and knocking it out.
You love that they're making their presence felt on the defensive end. You can't afford to be careless with this team.
So it's the Knicks now. Picked by O'Quinn. And Jack kicks to Lee. And a great assist by Jack as that one goes in. Lee's got his first 3 points of the game. And Hardaway Jr., a 6'6" shooting guard out of Michigan. Talk about his game a little bit for us, Greg. Analyze where he is.
Above average in terms of his athletic ability, improving defensively, and right now he's playing off the ball, whether spotting up or filling the lane. I think this guy's got a chance to be special. He's passionate, and boy, does he compete.
Payton kicks to Ross. Misses in close.
Boy, that's high impact defense in the lane, standing tall to deny the easy bucket.
The Magic have gone just 1 of 4 to get this game started. Here's Simmons, and O'Quinn sends it back.
Just such nice timing by O'Quinn on that block. Boy, they wanted to hit the ground running today, but it hasn't happened. Just 1 for 5 from the field.
Jack's shot is good.
Oh, perfect timing there to knock down the teardrop.
First quarter of basketball, just over 2.5 minutes play. Gordon, the pass to Vucevic. Simmons against Lee. 5 on the clock. Simmons dishes to Gordon. To end the run. Simmons missing again. The Knicks leading by 7. Here's Hardaway. It's tipped.
Boy, his vertical makes Terrence Ross an A+ shot blocker for his size. This guy, his main duty's on the perimeter, but he'll get his share of blocks.
It's good. The Knicks have gone 4 for 9 from the field to start this game off. Jack against Payton, and Jack kicks to Hardaway. Floats one up, and it's Orlando with the rebound. First chance of the season for them to go up against this Knicks team.
Yeah, and they lost the season series to this squad last time around. Maybe a little extra motivation tonight to show they've improved.
Jack with it. He's coming off a 22-point game against Charlotte.
And what a wrecking ball defensively, seen by the 4 steals he had in that game.
Now here is Hardaway. It's a 3-point game. Shot clock at 6. Here's Cantor, and he battles for the ball and gets the second chance bucket. Cantor's got his first bucket in this one.
I love that Cantor will pursue rebounds out of his area. This guy's such a powerful player who's willing to exert his will.
Here's Payton. He's coming off a 13-point game against Boston.
Yeah, I was also struck by how well he shared the basketball. He created a lot of easy buckets with that passing ability.
Outside Hardaway. Passes to Cantor. Outside Jack. Here's the three. No good there. Great D that time from Peyton. The Magic trail by 5. Kicks it to Simmons. That's in, coming off an assist from Peyton.
And their post play has been really solid right off the bat.
Pick by O'Quinn. Hardaway with a wide open look. That doesn't go either for Hardaway.
Just doing the job on the backboard.
Here's Ross. And it's O'Quinn with the rebound.
Oh, great effort there. That's how you defend the paint.
Well, that's just stellar interior defense. You can't ask for anything more than that.
No doubt it's been a bit of a struggle for him here in this quarter in terms of scoring. And in last season, the Knicks raised expectations with some of those big free agent signings and trades in the prior year. And let's face it, things just didn't work out quite how they had planned. Some would say they underachieved. Hard pill to swallow for a fan base that went into the year with so much hope.
Now here's Peyton taking a look at the scoring numbers. Right now he averages about 9 points a game. And a fast break now for the Knicks. Here's Jack. Money from the wing. Jack's got his second bucket of the night. The Magic trail by 5. Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively for sure.
Gordon kicks to Vucevic. Orlando moving the ball around. Ross for 3. Buries it from 3-point range.
Yeah, Terrence Ross in his comfort zone from distance. This guy has always had the eye of a sharpshooter.
O'Quinn, the pass to Hardaway. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline.
This has been one of those nights where he's really struggled. The team hasn't, but he has.
Ross for 3. And Cantor pulls it down. Cantor's got his 5th rebound right now in the game. Here's O'Quinn, and it's Orlando with the rebound. Vucevic has got his 5th rebound right now in the game. Peyton outside. That doesn't go on the chance to tie.
Boy, he did everything right till he got to the rim. He needs to finish that.
And Jack kicks to Hardaway. Back to Jack. Picked by O'Quinn. The dish to Cantor. No good that time. So Orlando will take it the other way. Their last game, a win against Boston, looking to carry it into this one.
And guys, they just got so many good looks in that one, and the defense never able to affect their offensive rhythm.
Well, I think the defense from the other team was simply porous. There's no other way to put it. So many openings, and they made them pay for it.
And the Knicks decide to take their first time out here. Defeated by the Hornets in their last game, they'll try to put that one behind them.
And given their performance in that game, which was not necessarily a work of art, I had a hard time believing it wound up being as close as it did.
Yeah, it felt like the other side simply allowed them to hang in, and the score reflected that.
So a new group on the floor for Orlando. There's a good screen. Baker passes to Noah. High arcing shot. Shot's good by Hernan Gomez.
I tell you, Ntilikina has his head on a swivel, always looking to find the open teammate.
And Mack kicks to Hezonja. He feeds it to Afflalo. Now here's Mack. He's covered closely. It's deflected. To the wing on the left. Beasley outside. The pass to Baker. Beasley the screen. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line.
And for the Magic, it's really been a musical chairs with their coaches. A lot of churning on the roster, but the pieces still have yet to gel. And honestly, it's been a mess.
Shooting 2.
And he makes the first. And if you're running the Magic, Greg, what's the roadmap to contention?
Well, first and foremost, it's always going to have to start through the draft. I mean, you've got to be able to get core pieces there. And then you want to continue to add perimeter shooting and focus on developing your young talent based on the way the game is played today.
And he makes both free throws. Nor is something that's become popular, debating whether a player is a star or a superstar. To you, what's the major difference between those two thoughts?
To me, the biggest difference between star and superstar are those guys who are willing to absorb the label on a night-by-night basis and a moment-by-moment basis. You can't disappear when the stakes get high. You can't disappear on a February night in the middle of the grind pre-All-Star break. Greatness requires you to come with it every single night.
And they don't care about the conversation about them. They're bulletproof in some ways, very thick-skinned.
Very Kobe-like attribute you just referenced.
Very good comparison.
And that one gives them a +5 rebound advantage, Kevin.
There's Baker. He's guarded by Aflalo. Pass to Beasley. And that one comes up a bit short.
Very dangerous to leave a guy like that open. Lucky break there for the D.
Now let's take a look at how the shots have been divided up between 3-point shots and 2-point shots for the Magic. The Magic have gone 1 for 1, making their previous attempt at the line.
And they've had really good numbers all season from the free throw line.
The first free throw is good.
And since Dwight Howard back in 2012, the rebuild effort just has languished here in Orlando, unable really to draft any superstar talent. And last season, trades for veteran talent didn't really move the needle either.
And that's good as he hits both of his shots. And Greg, when you look at the Magic, do you see a plan or a roadmap here?
Well, you look at that trade for Serge Ibaka going into last season, and that was probably a sign that ownership was growing impatient. They wanted to cash in their chips and really go for it. And now they might need a rebuild from that rebuild.
You're right. Orlando's gotten just 2 of 6 to fall from 3-point range so far in the first. Here's Aflalo. Chance there to take the lead. Missing. The Knicks with the lead. Pass to Baker. Goes up on the wing. Kept alive. Hernangomez. And the layup's good off the glass. Hernangomez has got his second basket of the night.
And on the glass so far, it hadn't even been close.
There's 1:17 left in the first quarter. Aflalo left side. Feeds to Mack. Pass to Isaac. The 19-footer is on the money.
And he's got a quiet confidence about him, doesn't he, guys? I mean, he's thinking about shooting the ball as the pass is coming.
And that one's good by Noah.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
There's 47 seconds left here in the opening quarter. There's the pick. Spates sets a screen. Aflalo dishes to Spates. And a fast break now for the Knicks. Here's Baker. And again, it's New York. 30 seconds left in the first quarter. The Magic trail by 5. Here's Mack. He hasn't scored yet. That, I'm sure, will change. Isaac misses.
Yeah, bad shot there. Trust is lacking. You got to be willing to make the extra pass.
I'm not sure why he doesn't continue to move the basketball. Would have served that team much better.
Here's Beasley. Takes a big high bounce and goes in. And now a 7-point Knicks lead.
Defensively, Kev, it's very hard to impact a shot from the mid-range when you're giving up that many inches as a defender.
And so it's New York heading to the bench with a 7-point lead as we wrap up the quarter. They're pounding the ball inside, and that's where they've gotten their best production tonight. We've got more in store for you right after this. And now the second quarter just getting set to start. And what stands out to you from New York in this one?
Protecting that rim early on. That's been a big factor for them tonight.
I'll tell you, rejection after rejection. The other team having a tough time scoring.
Here's Azania. He had an 18-point outing in the last game against Boston.
But it didn't deter him from attacking defensively. His pressure was terrific. He also got 3 steals in that game.
Here are the 5 New York has to start here in the second. Ntilikina out there with Baker. Then there's Noah. Then there's Beasley. And it's Hernan Gomez in at the 5 down low. Doris, we talk about speed and quickness being a difference maker on offense. Which players really use those attributes to lock down players defensively?
Well, I think it's hard not to look at Marcus Smart and Jay Crowder. The kind of physical attributes, meaning speed, toughness, length, but they also have the mindset necessary to look opposite some of the best players in the league and say, not on my watch. I'm going to get down in my stance and I'm going to prohibit you from getting to your strengths. It's really maybe underappreciated by everyone except coaches and fans of the game.
True, and you and I were just talking about Tony Allen.
That's a great point. I mean, Tony Allen has made his career specifically on the defensive end because, as you know, he's an opportunistic cutter, and if you leave him open, he can make an uncontested mid-range. But the reality is Tony Allen is in the NBA because he is a great defensive player.
And so he hits both.
You know, the Knicks last season, obviously, they underachieved on the court, and it seemed to me it was the distractions off the court that people will remember perhaps more than the losing. A lot of infighting, some incidents that the team just want to move away from.
The offensive rebound, no good from Beasley.
Boy, the defense gets into his head and alters his release when he really doesn't have to.
And the slam dunk by Spates.
And you could see him give a little nod and then just burst to the rim for the alley-oop slam.
A pair of teammates, Greg, with a terrific feel for each other. And the replay presented by Under Armour. Unleash chaos, giving us the chance to enjoy that alley-oop all over again. Now, here is Hernan Gomez. And now, in transition, it's a Flalo. Here we go. From down in the low post, it goes.
Don't jog back now. Flalo with the quick start gets right to the rack.
Doris, one of the bigger stories last season, as you mentioned, was the melodrama that was going on between Carmelo Anthony and the Knicks front office.
You know, Kev, I thought it was a toxic environment that made it difficult for the entire team to function. Really a relief for Melo to see himself in a new situation.
There's Baker. He's averaging a bit over 5 points a game. Here's Ntilikina. He's covered by Matt. Ntilikina gets the bucket.
And you can see he's been working on that post game. Ntilikina showing some skill set down on that low block, using that length to his advantage.
Now here's Matt. He hasn't yet put up any points in this one. But on that shot, with that, the Knick lead is cut down to a point with the bucket from Spates. Dishes to Noah. Beasley the screen. Rebounded by Isaac. The Magic have gone 3 of 4 from the floor here in the second quarter. And on our sideline, our reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, the Orlando Magic do have a stacked front court. They've got plenty of size. Head coach Frank Vogel said, in today's small ball NBA, we think we can beat the heck out of teams in the paint. But shooting has been a hindrance, and he conceded they might have to win some games, 68-65. Kevin?
Going against the grain, DA. Thank you. And so here's Orlando after New York gets the 3. Spates the pass to Hazania. The kick out to a Flalo. Orlando moving the ball around. Down to 5 on the shot clock. That's tipped.
Oh, Kevin, that is a terrific effort by Willie, doing his best to become a better rim protector.
And there's the whistle on the shot. Took the foul, shot misses. He'll be shooting 2. And the foul goes against Orlando. For New York, they have made 3 free throws so far. Haven't missed any.
And when you got a team percentage of about 81%, you're going to be one of the elites in this league.
Now, gentlemen, 2 shots. Loose shots.
And the first one at the line is good.
And coming out of the offseason where the Knicks had a really long to-do list, you knew they were going to shake things up and made some moves in free agency and realized they needed to build around Porzingis going forward.
That one falls, so he hits both of them. And change was needed badly for the Knicks, and they did that starting with the front office.
Yeah, Knicks fans can have a dire outlook at times, but the team still has a solid foundation. It will take some time for the team to become a true contender again, but having players not be at odds with the front office, definitely a good start.
A good job by him on the glass here tonight. +8 in that department.
And Hardaway gets it to go.
Wow, what a crafty player. Gets it done any way he has to.
They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
Ross with a wide open look. The Magic again can't hit.
Boy, he's so used to having a hand in his face that I think it caught him off guard to be that wide open.
It's stolen by Vucevic. Lee against Simmons. That's good for his 3rd bucket. Now 3 for 6 from the field. The Knicks leading by 7. And here is Jack. Taking a look at his stats, he's averaging around 9.5 points a game. Cantor able to finish.
What instincts this guy has on the glass. Has a real knack for getting in tight and always being ready for the tip.
Payton outside to the paint. Fires from deep. And the rebound goes to the Knicks.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
And now it's a double-digit lead. And now a 12-point Knicks lead.
And the D has gotten a little bit laxed here defending the triple.
And now the first timeout called here for the Magic.
You know, this is one thing that Courtney Lee will always do. He's going to play defense. He can guard multiple positions. It's why he'll always be a mainstay of a rotation.
And New York making a change here. O'Quinn's checked in. And why don't we quickly go to the 2K leaderboard and find out which shooting guards have been the hottest at the free throw line this season. And you take a look at Lee, one of the league's best, 3rd in free throw percentage.
We've gotten used to seeing a lot of terrific free throw shooters from the 2-guard ranks, but even so, it shouldn't take away from what these players have been able to do up there.
You know, that's a very steady bunch at the line, no doubt about that. In any kind of clutch situation, if it's one of those players shooting the big free throw, you can be sure he's going to come through.
And with Lee, he doesn't make a lot of highlight-level defensive plays, but Doris, he's sneaky with how effective he can be on that end of the floor.
Well, Lee will get you some steals. He'll get down in a defensive stance and guard his man. He's got great reach, quick hands to bother jump shooters. There's a lot to like about this guy in terms of his tenacity.
Orlando shooting their 6th and 7th free throw attempts tonight. And he knocks down the first one. I think it's been a long rebuild for the Magic, but they really feel they've got a plan in place.
Well, you've heard the front office talking that they're going to win at least one championship by the year 2030. And I got to say, that's an interesting quote, to say the least. I mean, I have heard of a 5-year plan, but a 13-year plan, I guess you'd call that building for the long term.
Doris, we're always talking about players developing their skill sets. What do you think is the hardest skill to develop as a broadcaster?
I think for me, the hardest skill to learn was to learn how to relax, to have fun, to not be anything but your most authentic self, because I think the viewer picks up on it. If you're forcing things, if you're trying to be another broadcaster that perhaps you like to emulate. So I'd say that was the hardest thing.
I always say broadcasting a basketball game is like a running conversation between two people because there's so much scoring, and the rhythm and the flow of the game just lend itself to that.
At its best, you're 100% correct.
Oh, Quinn can't hit.
I'll tell you, he's not going to get in his coach's good graces if he's missing wide open looks like that.
Here's Payton. Foul on the play, basket counts, so it'll be a three-point play chance.
Absolutely fearless. I mean, a nice subtle adjustment there going up against Wentz.
And to me, that's all about the body control, right, Greg? I mean, he does such a stellar job sizing up his man and drains it despite having the size on him.
And this is his first trip to the line tonight.
And to this point on the season, guys, 80% from the line. He's done a really good job.
One shot, behind the lanes.
And Elfrid Payton, the 10th pick back in that 2014 draft. And remember, the Magic looked at him as their point guard of the future. And last season, at times, he was coming off the bench. And it's been about that lack of progress as a shooter that I think is the biggest concern with this team.
And for Elfrid Payton, shooting has always been his Achilles heel.
Yeah, as a defender, passer, penetrator, I think he's solid. But shooting has become so important in our league right now. He needs that perimeter shot to really have a chance to get to the next level.
Now, gentlemen, 2 shots. Loose shots.
Free throw drops for Jack. And what was a wild ride of an offseason for the Knicks ultimately results in a regime change.
Yeah, I mean, players butting heads with executives, and when it came down to it, things just needed to change. If the Knicks picked the Zen Master over Porzingis, fans might have rioted in New York City, and hopefully the franchise can kind of start to right the ship.
And so he makes both from the line.
No wasted trips at all. They're taking care of business at the line.
Simmons, a screen on Lee. Payton kicks to Vucevic, and slam dunk by Vucevic.
And wait to finish and cut into that lead a little bit.
Yeah, but look at the basket guy still shaking. The Knicks leading by 11. Outside Jack. Got a piece of it. Here's Simmons. Ross trying to break loose, and Simmons gets it to go on the assist by Payton.
He has gotten into a great rhythm here in this quarter, playing with just bundles of confidence.
Jack dishes to Hardaway. Back to Jack. From beyond the arc. Jack missing again.
Boy, what a tough night. Imagine what their lead would be if he were having a better night from the field.
Payton against Jack. Payton passes to Simmons. To the paint. Kicks it out to Gordon. Pulls from the top of the key. Again, the Magic score.
That's what you call working inside out. Drawing the defense in close, kicking it out for the open jump shot. Nice and easy.
Lee kicks to Jack. Jack missing again. The Magic trail by 7. Now here's Gordon. A 20-point game for him in the win against Boston.
Yeah, Kev, he was a standout on the backboards that night and got a number of big rebounds.
And it's Vucevic missing.
I didn't see that miss coming. I mean, he's usually been money from that range.
Lee dishes to Jack. Vucevic with the block.
He's trying to make something happen, but obviously been a tough quarter.
Simmons. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact, and he'll shoot 2.
And you know what? You allow a guy to get right to the rim like that, that's your only option.
For Orlando, they have been coming through at the charity stripe. They've made 7 of their 8 attempts. That's good from Simmons. That's also good. So he hits both free throws. You think back to how Jeff Hornacek was as a player. Doris, you see that same demeanor on the sidelines.
Well, what you're talking about there, Kev, is sort of that gritty, no-nonsense, tough-minded approach. What Jeff Hornacek was as a player, he certainly displays similar attributes as a coach.
They get it again. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. It's going to be on Aaron Gordon.
What we have watched these first few seasons of his career is a steady improvement at the line for O'Quinn. He is showing he can knock them down consistently.
First trip to the line for him here.
And he's at nearly 90% from the free throw line this season, so having a terrific year.
Shooting 2.
First free throw is good. Ntilikina, he's checked in for Jarrett Jack. And so O'Quinn nails both of them. The Magic trail by 7. Ross on the wing, out of bounds. New York takes possession. And a chance now to review the shot chart for the Knicks.
And when you come into a game with the mindset of going right at the rim and not settling for outside shots, this is what your shot chart will look like. Every chance they've had to either attack the paint or play back to the basket, they've taken it, and it's been a complete success thus far.
The Knicks leading by 7. Here's Ntilikina. And looking at his production, he averages a little more than 7 points a game. Picked by O'Quinn, and a wide open look for Lee. New York, no good that time either.
Well, I'll tell you, still looking for that first 3 of the second quarter. He had one to open this game in the first.
Here's Ntilikina. Offensive rebound. Cantor. That one's all good. Now he's 3 for 5 from the field.
Yeah, I thought he was rushing his shot early on, but not here in the second quarter.
Orlando's got nothing but zeros from long range in the second quarter. 0 of 4. Payton kicks to Vucevic. Up off the screen. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot.
Oh, the officials are all over that one.
He's shooting free throws, number 4 in 5 here. Free throw drops for Vucevic. So Orlando going with an almost entirely new group here. Spates checked in for Gordon. Mario Hezonja comes in for Ross. Aaron Aflalo, he's checked in for Simmons. And Shelvin Max subbed in for Elfrid Payton. And then for New York, Hernan Gomez is checked in for Enes Kanter. Noah comes in for Kyle O'Quinn. And it's Baker in for Lee. Good on both.
And he's been much more aggressive here in the second quarter. He's getting to the line a lot more than he did in the first.
Noah the screen. Here's Ntilikina. And there's a nice one-handed slam.
Yeah, Ntilikina there attacking the rim, an explosive long guard who can get to the rack with the best of them.
Here's Azania. He kicks it to Vucevic. Cans the shot with nobody near him. Vucevic has got 10 points.
And because of his size, that's a difficult shot to contest.
Almost unguardable, you could say, Greg. Skilled at holding the ball so high, defenders can't get to it.
Here's Baker after the made shot from Nikola Vucevic. Noah with a screen on a follow. Spates with the block. Now here's Matt. T right on him. Here's Azania. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. And now just a 5-point Knicks lead.
And they've repeatedly probed inside in the first half, guys, and it's paid off.
The feed now to Hardaway. Kept alive by New York.
The momentum continues to go their way. Pretty much the story of the game.
They set the pick. Back to Hernangomez. 1:04 left now here in the second. Picked him clean. Here's Mack. Noah with the block.
Well, Joakim Noah making his presence felt on the defensive end.
Here's Afflalo. Blanketed by the D. He fights to the rim for the layup. Afflalo's got 4 points in the quarter.
Timely passing leads to assists, and that's been the recipe for success.
Here's Baker. Unable to get that one. Great D that time from Vucevic. For the three, it's rebounded by Noah. Noah's got 4 rebounds now tonight. Here's Ntilikina. He's covered by Matt.
And that's just great work there to get in the shooter's face and then go and corral that backboard.
Passes it to Azania. Trying to find Vucevic. Gets it to him. And he uses the glass on the layup. Vucevic has got 12.
I mean, already hot coming into the game. Is it fair to say he's hotter?
And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thank you, Kevin. Elfrid, how big is defense going to be in the second half to help you get this win?
It's going to be big. That's what it's going to come down to. Defense wins games.
It certainly does, Elfrid. Thank you. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David. And we'll be right back after halftime to start the third quarter. See you in just a bit.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
And an exciting first half indeed. Welcome back. I'm Ernie Johnson alongside Kenny, the Jet, Smith, and Shaq, the Eel, O'Neal. New York holding the upper hand after the first 2 quarters. They lead by 1 point. Kenny, some perspective, please.
Well, their success was largely about second chance points. They crashed the offense's boards heavy in the first half. I love how they fight for every 50-50 ball like it's the last ball on earth.
And Shaq, let's get your input on the Magic.
Well, if you can't shoot the ball, you might want to stop chucking it up. They keep trying the three, but it's not going down. They're relying too much on the 3 ball, way too much. It's good when it's falling for you, but when it's not, you have to try something else.
And that is just about going to wrap it up as the second half is moments away. Down to Kevin Harlan and the rest of the crew.
Welcome back, folks. The downtown skyline of Orlando, Florida, looking especially striking tonight. The third quarter now beginning. Both sides looking to pull away in the last half of the game. Orlando trailing here. The big men are Gordon and Vucevic. Elfrid Payton is out there with Simmons. And it's Ross in at the 3. That's who's out there for Orlando. Now here's Vucevic. Ross on the wing. Over Hardaway. No good from Ross. The Knicks shooting 34% from the field. That's not going to get it done. And Jack kicks to Lee. Jack against Payton. The dish to Cantor. Outside Hardaway. Just 5 on the clock. Here's Lee. Simmons with the defensive effort.
Allowing no space for the shooter to get comfortable. Just terrific defense.
Well, we call that crowding the shooter, right? You don't give up an inch. It's just perfect defense.
And Jack kicks to Hardaway. Great D that time from Vucevic. Orlando leading. Simmons passes to Gordon. The Knicks pull it in. O'Quinn's got 6 rebounds here tonight. A drive by Lee, and it goes down 2 points. Lee's got his second basket of the night.
Well, Courtney Lee is a smart, strong veteran, taking it right to the defense.
Payton up top, defended by Jack. Here's Simmons. That's good, and it's Payton with the assist. Payton's got 6 assists now in the game.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
Now here is Jack. He has 6. Here's Cantor. Rebounded by Vucevic. Vucevic has got 11 rebounds in the game. And Greg, with Enes Kanter last season, he had to miss significant time with the broken hand, but his offensive game is something to watch when he's healthy.
He just plays hard. He provides that instant offense off the bench. A great array of post moves to pick from. And looking at the career of Courtney Lee, you know, has hopped around from team to team a bunch of times and always a valued teammate, but just hadn't stayed on one team for very long.
First trip to the free throw line for him in this one. The first one falls. And with Lee, you know exactly what you're going to get with his defense and shooting.
And Lee is always going to be a wanted commodity. His ability to defend and shoot aren't easy to find, and you just hope he's able to kind of settle into a long-term situation.
The Knicks making a switch here. Beasley's checked in, and both free throws good for Lee.
Boy, he's just been so consistent, right? I mean, every time he's gotten to the stripe, he's delivered. This is great stuff.
Now, Ross, 8 points for him. And he overdid it there. Too much force, it looked like, on the foul, and he's called for the flagrant.
And, Kevin, that's a pretty dangerous play right there. I mean, I don't like to see a player put an opponent in harm's way, as much as you just saw him do there. Glad they pinned a flagrant on him.
Yeah, you're right, Greg. The officials were all over it. They weren't going to let him off the hook that time. He misses the free throw. And he can't hit the second.
Boy, that's not the result I would have predicted. Usually you can take those to the bank when he's at the line.
Well, we're into the third quarter, just over 2.5 minutes played. 2 points, that one goes. And the Magic lead by 1. As we approach the fourth quarter, still anyone's ball game.
Yeah, neither team able to create much of a cushion.
Beasley against Ross. The 9-foot shot. That misses off the backboard.
Ooh, this is turning into a slow start here in the second half. Seems like they left that offense in the locker room.
Lets it go. No good from Payton. The Knicks have gone only 1 of 5 from the field since halftime. Very slow start offensively. New York, no good that time either.
Boy, despite the miss, he did a really good job shaking himself completely free from the defense.
He dishes it to Vucevic. But they get it back. Clock at 6. Ross on the wing. And the 3 off target. New York trailing, an even 3-on-3 break. Lee gets the bucket. Lee's got 6 points in the quarter. For Orlando, they've gone 3 of 8 so far in the third quarter, looking to lock in that rhythm. Hayton, that's tipped out of bounds as Orlando keeps possession.
And a moment to see numbers for Ross. First in free throw percentage, and his sweet shooting stroke places him in the top 15 league-wide in three-point percentage. You've got to play him tight.
And it's nice when you have the NBA's best free throw shooter just keep the ball in his hands in clutch situations. He's been completely automatic this season.
His shooting has been outstanding. Definitely one of the reasons they're up in this game.
There's a screen by Canner. Lee against Ross. Just 5 to shoot. Beasley sets a screen for Lee. He can't get that one to fall.
Boy, the mid-range becomes slightly more difficult when the defense is as active as they are there.
Jack against Payton to the middle. Vucevic dishes to Ross. Hands it from downtown. And now a 4-point Orlando lead.
His first triple of the second half. That makes 3 for the game.
There's a screen by Cantor. And Jack kicks to Cantor. He feeds it to Lee. The pass to O'Quinn. Up again. It's good on the putback.
Boy, you got to give it to the big fella from Norfolk State. O'Quinn making his presence felt on the second chance opportunities.
Payton kicks to Ross. Payton against Jack, and O'Quinn sends it back. Spates checked in for the Magic. Mack comes in for Elfrid Payton. Hernan Gomez is checked in for the Knicks. Now here is Jack. He's covered by Mack. O'Quinn the pass to Hernan Gomez. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact and he'll shoot 2.
How about Willie Hernan Gomez, right? The Spanish player comes over for his rookie year in 2017. He has certainly showed flashes. This guy has got legit size, and he's only going to improve as he gets comfortable.
The first one falls. And for Hernan Gomez, actually was brought in at the request of his frontline mate, Porzingis. Hernan Gomez, Doris, still finding his way, but has a solid foundation.
Well, I think, Kevin, you can see the footwork and awareness on the offensive end are both solid. One big area for him to improve, though, Kev, would be his play on the defensive end. He's shown that he can handle steady minutes and be a contributor, but that's got to be better.
Both good from the line that time.
Well, we call this, Kevin, high IQ and good instincts for the game, and these things Willie relies on to succeed at this level.
Now here's Matt. He's been patient so far, nothing yet on the scoreboard. Kicks to Spates. Got a piece of it. It's stolen by Jack. Pass to Baker. From beyond the arc. And it's Orlando with the rebound. Isaac's got 3 rebounds now in this one. Down low. It's deflected. And a fast break now for the Knicks. Beasley with a clean look. Here's O'Quinn. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there.
You don't necessarily have to be explosive. For O'Quinn there with the solid frame, it's about being smart and drawing contact.
He'll take his 3rd and 4th free throw shots of the game right here. And they now lead as the free throw drops for him. Mario Hezonja's checked in for Gordon. And the Knicks making a change here as well. Ntilikina, he's checked in for Jarrett Jack. And so O'Quinn nails both of them.
Impeccable from the line since halftime.
Pass to Isaac. And he takes that one up and powers it through.
And you got to keep Isaac out of the paint. He's looking to dunk it whenever and wherever he gets it.
Here's Ntilikina. And looking at his production, he averages a little more than 7 points a game. Some nice passing by New York here. The shot's good from O'Quinn.
You know, you have to use the bounce pass in that instance to make the catch easier.
Mack with the ball. He hasn't scored yet. That, I'm sure, will change. Aflalo outside. Here's Azania. They get the rebound. Spates kicks to Mack. Tips it, but no good. New York's gone 0 of 2 from deep to start things here in the second half. Whistle on the play. Bucket's good. He'll go to the line.
And how about the body control from Ntilikina there? Finds ways to finish through the contact. Really terrific at using his size to his advantage.
And Frank Ntilikina out of France, played pro ball in Germany, and a lot of fans in the U.S. might not be as familiar with him, but for NBA execs and scouts, that's their job. Ntilikina has a game worthy of their attention.
In a draft stock with point guards, Ntilikina's court vision, Greg, might be the best of them all.
I mean, he's a true pure point guard. At the same time, a good shooter. The length to defend wings, so that versatility makes him one of the more valuable prospects.
Isaac misses.
And the D does just enough to throw off his rhythm on that shot.
Baker passes to Hernan Gomez. Orlando grabs the miss. Following this game, they hit the road to challenge the Suns in Phoenix. And that'll be game 1 of a 4-game road trip.
Man, right play, wrong result on that one. Generally, you knock those down.
Yeah, that's a surprising risk, Greg. I have a feeling if they get that shot again, they'll knock it down next time.
Now here's Aflalo. Goes to the reverse layup and drops it in. Aflalo's got 6.
You know, Aflalo's got the versatile ability to score inside and out, a threat from anywhere on the court.
The Knicks leading by 3. Here's Ntilikina. It's Beasley on the wing. He's guarded by Aflalo. Beasley kicks to Hernan Gomez. Shot clock at 5. Offensive rebound. Another shot. And the layup is up and in. Hernan Gomez has got 4 points now in the quarter.
Kev, quick to the punch. Good anticipation by Willie, that time owning the offensive glass.
Azania, and finish off by Hazonia.
How good is that pass? Certainly makes the offensive opportunity easy.
A tight game here in Orlando. Here's Ntilikina. He's covered by Mack. And here is Noah. Here's Baker. The putback. Rebounded by Isaac. Isaac's got 6 rebounds here tonight. Back to Mack. Pass to Isaac. Now here's Aflalo. He's covered closely. Doesn't go that time.
I'll tell you, he hasn't been able to find the mark all night. It's a big reason they're staring at this deficit.
Back to Beasley. Hernan Gomez with the ball. Spates on him. Yep, that one goes in there. He's got 10.
That's one thing about Willie. He has no trouble being aggressive, particularly when operating close.
Spates sets a screen. And Mack kicks to Spates. The shot off that time. So New York will take it the other way. They've led by as many as 14 points. It's Beasley on the wing. Money from the wing. Now it's a 7-point Knicks lead.
Boy, nice team basketball being played right there. You see the open man and you deliver the ball right away.
Pass to Isaac. Pass to Hazania. Lets it go from deep. Hernan Gomez grabs the miss. Hernan Gomez has got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one. Baker with the bucket.
Loving the energy right now here in the third quarter as they try to take control of this game.
You know, possessions like that will help them feel good going into that final quarter.
Hazonia kicks to Mack. To the middle. Here's Spates. It's blocked, and he gets it back. Here's Hazania. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here.
2 shots, gentlemen. 2.
This is his 3rd trip to the free throw line in the game.
Shooting 2.
No good on the free throw, and the Magic making a change here. Simmons is checked in, and a switcher also for New York. Hardaway's checked in. And he's good on the second. There's Baker. 10 points for him. There's the pass to Hernan Gomez. Noah the screen. Here's Hardaway. And it's Spates with the rebound. Spates has got 6 rebounds now in the game. That one's in there. The New York lead is cut to just 7 on the basket from Hazania. 2-for-1 chance here.
Let's see if they use the clock to their advantage.
Baker passes to Hardaway. There's the pick. And it's Spates with the rebound.
And it's not easy to get those stops at the rim, but he does a great job with it.
Yeah, he can make it look simple on the interior when it's really not. He knew exactly how to guard on the inside.
Here's Baker. And it's Spates with the rebound. To the paint. Here's Isaac. Powered down with both hands.
And if that doesn't get them fired up, guys, nothing will.
Greg, just what the doctor ordered, huh? Some high-flying antics to narrow the deficit.
Yeah, and an example of why you want to let the game come to you. The opening presented itself. He converted in a big way.
And that's going to do it for the third quarter. Knicks lead by 5. 2K Sports, back in a moment from the Amway Center. Now let's listen in to Frank Vogel's huddle.
The offense will come and go. This has got to be our staple. Suffocating D.
No surprise, focusing on defense, Frank Vogel reminding his guys what this team is all about.
Yeah, you can win with consistent defense no matter what your offense is doing, but of course you know he'd love to have both.
And thanks for joining us again as the fourth quarter of play is set to get rolling. It's been a close battle to this point. And on the floor for New York here in the fourth, Ntilikina and Lee are in the backcourt. Hardaway is out there with Noah, and it's Hernan Gomez in at the 5. At the elbow, Lee from the wing. Yep, right through the net. Lee's got the first points up on the board here in the fourth for the Knicks.
He's made obvious improvements since the half, really getting into an offensive groove.
Good on that shot. With that, the Knick lead is cut to just 5 on the basket from Payton.
Again and again, they're dissecting the defense and creating those high percentage looks from inside.
Great open look there.
knocks that one down. 4 triples for the night, 3 in the first half.
The Magic shooting a mediocre 41% in this one. Feeds it to Vucevic. Payton dishes to Simmons. Payton kicks to Simmons. Shot clock at 6. Over Lee. No good from Simmons.
And really credit their advantage on the backboard. That's where the lead has been built, and that's why they are in control.
The Magic trail by 8. Ross on the wing. Guarded by Hardaway. Now here's Payton. Dishes to Vucevic. He kicks it to Ross. Here's Payton. Good on the triple. Payton's got 5 points in the quarter.
Puts one in the eye of the defense. First triple of the evening.
There's a screen by Cantor. There's the pick. Lee passes to Cantor. Here's Ntilikina. Vucevic defending. Lee against Simmons. Here's Cantor on the mark with the 15-footer. And the Knicks lead by 7.
You must crowd Cantor when he is in the mid-range. He is a knockdown shooter.
Payton dishes to Vucevic. Ross on the wing. Payton outside. Back to Ross. Shoots the 3. No good. Shot missing. The Knicks leading by 7. And Jonathan Simmons gets the whistle that time. That's his 3rd foul of the game. Aaron Gordon is checking in for the Magic. Then for the Knicks, Kyle O'Quinn comes in for Joakim Noah. And Jarrett Jack has subbed in for Ntilikina. Jack against Payton. And Jack kicks to Lee. There's the screen. The feed to Cantor. Shoots over Vucevic. The shot's good from Cantor. That gives him the double-double. 10 points and 12 rebounds. Payton kicks to Ross. Back to Payton. There's the dish to Ross. He feeds it to Vucevic. And the bucket counts. 3-point chance here.
Yeah, great anticipation of where the open man was going to be. And Terrence Ross finds him immediately. That's really pretty.
One shot.
The free throw drops for Vucevic. A look at the clock. A little under 3.5 minutes gone here in the 4th. Jack passes to Cantor. He dishes it to O'Quinn. Outside Hardaway. Picked by O'Quinn. With some arc. Hardaway, no good. The Magic trail by 6. Ross dishes to Gordon. He gets that one.
The creative force behind these points is Terrence Ross. This guy keeps his head up, puts the pass right where it needs to be.
Now Jack, screen by Lee. Jack with it. 6 to shoot. And it's Lee penetrating. And Lee with the stuff.
Oh, Kev, he's known for his outside marksmanship, but the other side of Lee, aggression at the rim.
Vucevic is screen on Jack. It'll go, and the New York lead is cut down to just 4 points with a bucket from Payton.
Boy, in the second half, just hitting a much higher percentage of his shots. Really looks composed now.
Here's Jack. Kicks to O'Quinn. Courtney Lee is on the wing. Picked by O'Quinn. Lee passes to O'Quinn. Hardaway for three. Oh, he got hacked on the three-pointer. He'll head to the line.
Yeah, there was definitely some contact there on the three-point attempt.
And he's good on the first of three. And the second free throw, good. And he makes all three. The Magic trail by 7. Here's Payton. On the wing, Gordon. That's in, coming off an assist from Payton. Payton's got assist number 7 for him tonight.
And those are the types of shots down the stretch that win you ball games.
And Jack kicks to O'Quinn. Over Gordon. New York, no good that time either.
Well, he hasn't been a big contributor tonight for sure, but it hasn't prevented them from being in a position to grab the win.
Not going to go that time. The Knicks leading by 4. Lee outside. It's out of bounds. They are saying it was last touch by Lee. Now a timeout called by Orlando. Nice game. Great performance by Tim Hardaway Jr.
Well, I think this is a necessary timeout so they can figure out a way to limit the impact this guy's having from three-point range. They've got to dedicate more resources to their perimeter D.
And he could tell his guys starting to wear down a little bit. Call time to just let them get their legs back under them.
All right, let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
During that break, Frank Vogel had some real words for his team. He told them we've got to make the most of every chance right now. This is a winnable game, but we've got to make plays. Guys, we'll see if they can come back.
Picked by Vucevic. Ross against Hardaway. No good from Ross. For New York, they've gone 5 for 9 from the field in the final quarter so far. Ross against Hardaway. Pass to Cantor. And it's good. Assisting on the play was Hardaway. Cantor's got 6 in the quarter.
You know what? The switch has flipped, and he's in that proverbial zone right now, knocking down 3 of 4 here in the fourth.
Picked by Vucevic. Payton dishes to Gordon. Stolen by Cantor. Jack with it. Now Payton defending. And Jack kicks to Lee. Over Simmons. It's deflected. To the inside. And it's Gordon finishing it off.
And he shows us all what the breakaway rim was invented for.
Can you believe he almost brought the whole thing down by hanging on that long? Outside Jack. High arcing shot. Payton against Jack. Oh, and they get in the way of the alley-oop. Not to be. Good play defensively. Puts it up. O'Quinn, he hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points. And the Knicks lead by 6.
Boy, you have to love the activity from O'Quinn, the hustle and the highlight.
Picked by Vucevic. Ross passes to Vucevic. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And he knocks down the first one. That one falls, so he hits both of them.
And typically not this reliable at the line, but tonight he's been terrific.
Payton against Jack. Pass to Canner. Feeds it to Lee. 6 to shoot. Over Payton. No good from Lee. The Magic trail by 4. And here is Ross. Passes it to Simmons. And out of bounds as the Knicks gain possession. New York leading by 4. And Jack kicks to Cantor. And there's the pass to O'Quinn. Outside Hardaway. No good on the 3. Orlando's gone 2 of 3 in the 4th quarter from long range. Good shooting so far. Gordon a screen. Payton kicks to Ross. Clock at 6. Out to Payton. Back to Gordon. Stolen by Cantor. On the wing, Hardaway. With the floater, here's O'Quinn. No good with the triple.
Boy, for a capable three-point shooter, that's one he expects to make.
Here's Gordon. Here's Vucevic. That's good again. His 7th basket. 7 for 10 from the floor.
I'll tell you, good things always come when you've got players who work hard for second chance opportunities.
Lee dishes to Jack. Orlando grabs the miss.
He definitely got nervous at the rim. I mean, he needs to make sure he finishes strong.
And 2 shots coming up at the line as he gets fouled on the shot.
Wow, wow, he got whacked on that one. Shouldn't be much debate there.
2. Gentlemen, 2 shots. 2 shots.
That one is off. And that trip coming up empty, missing both. New York's gotten just 1 of 4 3-pointers to go down for them here in the 4th. Dishes it to Cantor. New York moving it around. Here's Lee. And a big bounce off the rim, but it sinks right in. Lee's got 6 in the quarter.
Oh, Kevin, that bucket is huge. These 2 teams trading blows right now, and Lee's right in the middle of the fight.
Simmons with it. He's picked up by Lee. Here's Gordon. It's tipped, and they get it back. Just 4 to shoot. And here's Simmons for 3. That's good. And it's Payton with the assist. Payton's got assist number 8 here in this one already. Now here is Jack. Lee sets a screen for Jack. He kicks it to Lee. Picked by O'Quinn. And it's Lee penetrating. 2 points. That one goes. And the Knicks lead by 3.
If you give Lee that spot on the floor, 9 times out of 10, he comes away with a bucket.
Vucevic, and slam dunk by Vucevic.
And he's an automatic finisher when he gets into that area.
He is, and he picks the simple one-hand stuff to get the 2 points. Now Jack, they set the pick. Pick by O'Quinn. Cantor with a screen on Ross. Here's Hardaway. Doesn't go that time. Great D that time from Payton. To take the lead, and 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact. That's going to be on Jarrett Jack.
Shooting 2.
He hits the first one, and that ties the game up. And he is unable to get the second one.
And you can see that even though he ties the game up, disappointed he couldn't give him the lead.
Cantor with a screen on Payton. Picked by O'Quinn. Lee outside. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. That one on Vucevic.
And Lee is just so clever at how he gets defenders to go up into him.
And that hurts as he doesn't get the first one to fall. Trying to focus now on the second. And he does get the second one. And that gives them the lead.
Yeah, one more make would have been nice, but they do walk away with the lead.
Payton kicks to Gordon. The feed to Vucevic. Stolen by O'Quinn. Only one man back on D. Buries it.
Now, that is cold-blooded.
What a shot. He had no fear. I love it.
3 seconds separate the shot clock and game clock. Payton against Jack. For 3, Ross misses the tray. And an intentional foul right there.
That's right. No other option but to foul and hope for some misses.
He drops the first one, and that gives them a 4-point cushion. So he goes 2 for 2 at the line, and it's a 5-point game.
Well, guys, that'll seal it for sure, right? Terrific job keeping his concentration and knocking those down.
Time called here. The Magic decide to talk it over. They trail by 5. 12 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. What's your take, guys?
And they're going to have to score. Quick foul. Can't waste any time here.
Right, that's the game plan. It's got to be executed perfectly. No time to waste.
And now we get the chance to present our Jordan Player of the Game, Tim Hardaway Jr.
And he's played this entire game on his front foot, Kevin. I mean, driving the lane, going to the rim with purpose, and getting those points the hard way.
12 seconds left in the fourth quarter. The offensive rebound. Nails it!
Defensive rebounding, just such a crucial part of the game.
Well, I'll tell you, if you don't box out well, expect to get burned. You can't afford to give them second chance opportunities.
You have to foul, but I'm sure they would have liked to foul someone different.
So the first one drops, and that gives them a 4-point cushion.
Now, this guy's a tremendous free throw shooter. You'd just like to see Lee get to the line a little bit more often.
Second one is good. Getting both at the line, and it's a 5-point game. Now a timeout called by Orlando. They're behind by 5. 7 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Guys, your thoughts?
And obviously, look, they want to finish the game strong, but right now, look at the frustration on their faces.
It's very evident, Greg. You can tell they're upset. They've got to calm down and simply play this one possession at a time.
And so they foul intentionally. First free throw is good, and that increases their lead to 6. And so he drops them both. It's a 7-point game. Here's Payton. Misses. And so it's the Knicks with the win. A truly gutsy performance away from home.
You know, it really was. And Kevin, when this one was hanging in the balance late, they showed just what a tough-minded group they can be.
And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thanks very much, Joe. Nice win tonight. What was your team's attitude coming into the game?
Yeah, we played hard tonight. We're getting better. We just got to keep going. You know, it's a work in progress. And, you know, we just got to keep fighting and get as many W's as possible.
Well, the trend line is looking good so far right now, Joe. Thanks again. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David. Great job. Thanks so much. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For Greg Anthony, Doris Burke, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for tuning in. And we'll see you next time.